Georgia Southern Athletics here on the banks of beautiful Eagle Creek. Two-a-day wrapping up on Thursday, August 8th. Coach, you restarted a period just to get a little extra work, but what are some of the mentalities behind you doing that in terms of dealing with your team?
Well, I restarted the period because, frankly, we weren't practicing very well. I thought our guys were going through the motions, and I thought it stunk. So that's why I restarted the period, and it's my job to make sure that we get the most out of these guys every time we're out here. And if we're not getting the effort we need, if we're not getting the intensity we're looking for, if the performance isn't there because of a lack of concentration, focus, or effort, then I'm not going to let them get away with it. I'm going to start over. And that's my job. It's my job to make sure that the focus and intensity and effort is there. Clearly, I didn't do a very good job of preparing these guys for the stretch today. And that's something we'll discuss tonight. Hopefully the next two-a-day practice will be better, and I expect it will. But, every day isn't going to be perfect. There's going to be times where we don't practice as well as we hope, and there's going to be frustration, and that's part of it. But these guys will learn, and we'll learn, and each time I learn more about this team. We got a good bunch of guys. They work hard. They'll be tough, and they'll play hard. It's just one of those little lapses in in concentration and effort.
You mentioned that Tuesday as we were wrapping up, but this is a tough stretch that we're in the middle of. We'll have 6 more practices in 4 days.
With today, it's 8 practices in 5 days, and that is a pretty good stretch. And I think sometimes the mentality is they see those 8 practices coming in such a short time. They almost turn on the survival button. I'm sure that's happens a lot of places during this time of the year, but we've got to be better than that, and just not be accepting of the survival mode that we're trying to push to get better.
What are some of the good things that you're seeing out here in the last couple days?
There's a lot of guys making good plays. Some young guys that are really coming around that I'm impressed with. Even during that stretch when we restarted, because I wasn't satisfied with the way it was going. We had some guys that were vocal and knew, and they were cognizant of the fact that it wasn't going like it should, and were raising their voices, and that's good to see that leadership. And as camp continues, you get a better idea about the personality of the team and who the leaders are, and those guys are starting to come out, and that's fun to see. There's a lot of good things going on. Just when you get frustrated, sometimes you don't see past the bad.
And you mentioned that to your team too. We can have some good individuals, but the most important thing is to have a good team. Is that your message to them constantly?
It's always been my message. I don't care who's got the best players. We're going to play teams that have better players than us. We're going to have individual guys on our team line up across from guys who are more athletic or bigger or faster. But they've got to be tougher. They've got to understand their assignments, play at a faster speed, and we collectively need to play better as a team and play better than the other team. And I believe it doesn't matter who has the better players, it's who has the better team. They're usually going to win.
Well, Coach, we talked about it very briefly. 1 practice tomorrow, 2 a day on Saturday, and that'll start Saturday morning with a scrimmage. Have you worked out yet what your plan is for the scrimmage?
Well, we'll have our normal situations where we get the ones and the ones on both sides, 2s and 2s, and then the rest of the guys. We'll try to set up some special teams. We'll have the special teams plays kind of dictate where the ball is going to be in terms of starting drives, and then if necessary, put it on the goal line, going in, coming out, in the red zone, just to make sure we hit all the things we want to in the scrimmage.
Well, Coach, we know that you guys have been working every day, and prior to the start of preseason practice, working on the plan for this year. Just a few Saturdays away, the Eagles will be kicking off against Savannah State.
It's hard to believe it's 3 weeks from this Saturday.
Thanks, Coach.